there's always two of them, plus or minus. And then transverse axis is 2 times your A. Your A is always your positive, which is the square root of 16/4, so it's 2 times 4, which is 8. The transverse axis is this, how long that part is. That's it. And that's it. Is there any questions on that?
All but the last one's gonna be a parabola.
No. Okay. Number 12 is going to be a solving. That's why I gave back your quiz. So Caleb, are you done yet? You're not. Yes or no?
I don't know if I can get much further.
Well, because if you want to go out out there, because I'm going to go over it with these guys right now.
Okay.
So it's up to you what you want to do. So it's going to be a solving question. One, something like this. Yeah, just go away. Far away. So I'm going to go over this right now. So one of these. Well, not one of these questions, but one like this. Okay? Which some of you had big problems with. There's a ton of algebra here. Okay? A ton. And I know that that's what was pulling you down. So I'm going to go over these 4 questions really quickly right now. This is for you to keep. So you can write the right answers down from this and learn from it. So everyone got theirs, right? Okay. So number 1, what you want to do is get a letter by itself. In equation 2, I would just get, say, x by itself. So you're going to divide. So you get negative 6 over y. This is just one way to do it. So some of you, you might not be able to correct your work because you did it a different way. Then what I would do is I substitute into equation 1. So you put negative 6 over y in for x, like that. Square the top, square the bottom, and then what you want to do is multiply everything by this to get rid of that on the bottom. So that's gone, so you'll get this times this, so it's that equals that. Then what you want to do is get it set equal to 0 and factor it. So I want everything over to this side, so you get y to the 4th plus 5y squared minus 36, and then you factor that. When you have a y to the 4th, you put y squared and y squared. And again, this is where some of you are really struggling with factoring. And I don't know if you'll ever do factoring again. It all depends what you take. If you're taking like that, are you taking a Math 103? No, you are. Okay, you don't even have to worry about factoring. Okay, if you're doing calculus, obviously, and if everything's factoring. Okay, so will you ever see it again? Some of you will, some of you won't. Those of you that won't, well, too bad. You're going to miss out on having a little bit of fun. But hey, that was a story. This morning, I couldn't believe it in B30. And there's this girl, she's like always talking. And she's got 60% in the class. What were we doing? We're doing T sub n equals AR to the n minus 1, so geometric series. After that, she goes out loud, and I don't think she realized it. She goes, "This is really fun." And I was just like, I was really excited. I go, "What was that?" And then I think she realized what she said, and all the kids are looking at her like, okay, like, woo. I thought it was great. But before that, we had a discussion about babies. Oh, because the girl in Walmart, and I was saying that she shouldn't be convicted, and then she goes, "Yeah, and its head came out first." And I went, "Oh, really, Alexis? Do you think that's the way that it happens, that the baby's head comes out first?" So I was making fun of her, and then she had fun in math. So some of you are just going to miss out on a little bit of fun if you're not going to do
You're making
that.
fun of your good students and not picking on your great students.
Oh no, I pick on anyone and everyone. It doesn't matter.
I see that.
Some are just easier than others.
I suppose.
So you set that equal to 0. That can't happen because you can't do the square root of a negative. Impossible to do. This one here, 2 answers, plus or minus. So you get y equals plus or minus 2. Take that and substitute in. You have to do it in equation 1. Absolutely have to. Otherwise you'll get too many answers. So, I guess it's equation 2 in this one. So you're going to substitute into xy plus 6 equals 0. Put in 2. So put in 2 here and solve that. and there's one answer. And then put in -2. And solve that. And there's the other answer. There's your solution set right there. Number 2. Okay. Number 2, you know what? You can use the substitution method. You can use the elimination method. It doesn't really matter. I would just use the elimination method. Multiply the first one by -2. And some of you are saying right now, I didn't do it this way. Well, I know I can't do it all the different ways you can. I'm just giving you, so if you got it wrong, at least you'll have one way to do it. So I'm going to multiply the first equation by -2. When you do that, everything multiplies. Second one stays the same. Add, gone, add, -11y squared. Add, it's at -110, divide by -11. Y squared equals 10. Square root it, there's always two answers, plus or minus. You get y equals plus or minus root 10. Take that and substitute in, and it does not matter which one. 1 or 2, it makes no difference. I don't know, 1. I'll just substitute into 1. So you have x squared plus root 10, I'm going to put in 4, first with the 4 in front, equals 49. And that 4 is not squared, it's like that. So you get x squared plus 4, squaring a square root cancels it out, so that gives you 10 equals 49. That's 40 equals 49, subtract it, and you get 9, square root it, two answers, plus or minus, x equals plus or minus 3. So you get 3 and root 10, and -3 and root 10. Then you put negative in, and you know what? It's going to be the same thing. But some of you didn't do that. You didn't realize a negative square just turns to a positive. So if I put negative in, and I'm not going to do all the work because it's taking up time. It's just going to be the same thing. You're going to get the exact same thing. So you're going to get 3 negative root 10 and -3 negative root 10. You get 4 answers for this one. 4 points of intersection. And that's it for the second. Questions on that? And then from there it was a disaster because you couldn't factor. That's why 3 and 4 most people didn't get right because of the factoring. And you know what, I'm sorry, it's just because like in B30 you hardly do any factoring, it's all from A30. Maybe once they change all the courses it'll make more sense. Who knows? Probably the substitution method, and I'm going to do this really fast because this is, I think you guys are done and so am I. I'm going to put that in for x. And FOIL it, get it all set equal to 0. You end up getting 8y squared minus 4y minus 24 equals 0. Factoring it, you get this. So I'm not putting all the work, just like that. And you'll get y equals this, and y equals this one. Go back and substitute in.
Shouldn't that be a positive y? Because you got 2y squared minus y minus 6. Should that not be 2y minus 3, 2y plus 2? Or 2y minus 3 plus 2?
No, because when you use FOIL, that's positive 3, and that's negative 4 will give you negative 1.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all based on FOIL. When you substitute in, then you end up getting that for one answer.